Hi YouTube. Today we'll be discussing the TruBlend Matte Made Foundation from CoverGirl. Stay tuned. So today we're going to be going in with the CoverGirl TruBlend Matte Made Foundation, and this is in the shade D10. Also known as Golden Caramel. I was actually really nervous about this foundation because when I first tried it, the shade just looked kind of scary, but it does oxidize. So here's the shade just spread out a little bit. Like it looks really yellowy, goldy, but it does get darker. You may also notice in the background flowers. Of course, it's from people who are sending condolences for John's dad. His funeral was over the weekend. It's actually a really nice service. The deacon came over and handed crosses to the immediate family. So of course John received a cross, and you know I'm sitting right next to him. And then he comes over to me and he does like the, I mean I'm not religious so I don't know, like the cross with a thumb, like that, with the holy water or something. Baby, I thought I was gonna burst in flames. But I'm here, so all's well. This is blending out nicely. The color actually doesn't look bad on camera or in person. It does calm down, like I said, so it's just initially when you're swiping it on your skin, like this particular shade anyway, it looks like peanut butter. I'm just going to take my Hakuoto brush and just blend it out a little bit. Just gives a very natural look to the skin. Like, this looks good. Now I'm just going to go in with my concealer, the CoverGirl TruBlend in D500, also known as Deep Golden. I truly love this concealer. This is a beautiful concealer. I would put this concealer up against like any of my high-end concealers. I love this concealer. Now I'm just gonna go in with a little Terracotta bronzer. Touch of Terracotta light. And as a final touch on the skin, I'm just going to use my La Mer powder and just go over areas that I've not hit. For the lips, I'm just going to use some lip glow pomade from Dior. And of course to set, just a little bit of Mist and Fix from Makeup Forever. CoverGirl TruBlend Matte Made Foundation is your standard 1 ounce bottle, 30 ml. It comes in 40 different shades and it retails anywhere from $5.99 to $8.99 or so, just depending on where you purchase it. This foundation is also divided into 4 different categories. So there's light, medium, tan, and deep. Each category has 10 different shades. So the deep category does give you 10 different options. This particular shade, Golden Caramel, is actually the lightest of the deep category. This particular shade, I actually thought that I purchased the wrong shade. But after I put it on, like I usually will do a wrist test. Like I will actually put a swatch of product on my wrist and just, you know, let it sit and see if it actually is something that does oxidize. And I just do that at home. Like I don't do it at the actual store. Well, I have done it, but in this situation, I actually did it, you know, at home, and it oxidizes pretty quickly. So you'll know, you know, what the final shade will be. Per CoverGirl, from your favorite CoverGirl foundation line comes a matte formula that isn't drying or cakey. TruBlend Matte Made's formula is developed with Flexi Hold technology that creates strong yet flexible film on the skin for durability and comfort, while the mattifying powders absorb oil and minimizes powers. Oh Lord, I can't read today. What in the Floyd Mayweather? Absorb oil and minimizes pores for a soft matte flout. We're gonna start this completely over. From your favorite CoverGirl foundation line comes a matte formula that isn't drying or cakey. TruBlend Matte Made's formula is developed with Flexi Hold technology that creates a strong yet flexible film on the skin for durability and comfort, while the mattifying powders absorb oil and minimizes pores for a soft matte flawless finish, up to 12 hours of wear. Benefits: 12-hour comfort matte, pore minimizing, oil control, transfer resistant, available in 40 shades. See, I can read. I have tried this foundation actually. I've tested it on several different occasions, and it does perform well. It lasts, you know, all throughout the day. It promises 12 hours of wear. I don't wear foundation beyond 12 hours unless it's really strange circumstances. So, you know, for me, if I can get a good 6 to 8, 9 hours of wear out of a foundation, then, you know, I'm good. So this foundation does definitely give you longevity. So that's a pro. The shade range, I think, is a pro. You know, I really do like that they do give you 40 different shades and each category is equal, on equal footing rather, that, you know, each category does get 10 options. However, the undertone options and things like that, that can be an issue and be problematic. Also, you know, as a con, since we're speaking about the foundation shade range, the oxidation, this foundation makes it, I would say, rather difficult to purchase it just because you really don't know what you're going to get unless you do your own oxidation test. You're really not going to know, you know, unless, you know, you do that in a store or something. You're going to probably get a shade that you're not expecting. So that's just a warning, you know, if you happen to purchase this foundation, because the shade you see in the bottle is not what you're going to see on your skin after about 10 minutes or so. The oxidation is pretty fast. And if you are on the oilier side of the spectrum, it is oil free, so that is a benefit. This is definitely a true matte finish to the skin. For me, like, as far as how it looks like you're wearing makeup. It's not, you know, some beautiful finish on the skin. Like, I can clearly see that I'm wearing foundation, and as I've told you guys, I don't like, you know, actually being able to see my foundation unless it looks really, really good. And this just looks like I'm wearing a dry foundation. Do I feel it on my skin? No, I don't feel anything on my skin, but when I just look at it, it looks like my skin is like dying of thirst. On camera, it may look good, but in person, it just looks like my skin is begging me to like spray it down with water or something. It's just not the look that I go for. Like, if I'm gonna wear matte foundation that gives me a natural skin-like finish, I want it to look like skin, and this just looks like I'm wearing makeup. And paired with the TruBlend concealer, of course, as I mentioned to you guys, this is an amazing, amazing concealer. So these two together, gold. I think it looks great, as long as you're not real close up in my face. Foundation looks fine. It's very Monet. It's just not, you know, not something like I don't want people all up in my grill, like if I had this foundation on, just because it just gives me a look that I personally just don't like. You know, I'm kind of just torn a little bit about this foundation because I don't want to, you know, make you feel that I hate this foundation or I dislike it. I just don't like that a natural look, and it's kind of funny because you're wearing makeup, so of course it's not natural, but I don't know. It's just when I'm wearing a matte foundation or a skin foundation, any of those types of foundations, I just prefer when it looks like skin, because you can make foundation look like skin. I have plenty of foundations that do that. This foundation doesn't do that. But besides my picky nature, overall the foundation, you know, it looks nice, it lasts, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. Oh, and it says that it's transfer resistant. Let's test that real quick. So here I just have a paper towel, and I'm just going to press my face and see what happens. Let's see. Let's give it a nice little press. And there you go. You don't see anything. Also, when I've worn it, you know, out here, you know, in the heat, things like that, I haven't had any issues at all as far as transfer is concerned, but I just wanted to show you that on camera. So if you're someone who likes to have like that matte, like you're wearing foundation, but doesn't look bad, but it does not look like a natural skin-like look. If you're somebody who likes that, if you like a matte foundation, if you like, I would say this coverage is like a light to medium buildable coverage as well. Definitely try this foundation. It barely costs anything, so why not try it out? In the comments down below, please feel free to let me know if you have tried this foundation. Do you like this foundation? Has it performed well for you? Also, have you gotten this concealer? I have told y'all about this concealer countless times throughout this foundation series, so I mean, come on guys. We are now at 30 reviews for the foundation series, and of course that leaves us with 31. And so of course the last review will be the Pat McGrath foundation. A lot of you guys have asked me about this foundation. You've asked me to review it. So of course this video is coming, and I'm delighted to do it because it's mother. Definitely rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with a whole lot more, guys. Bye.